Hello. I'm going to give everybody a few minutes to come in. I wanted to share this with y'all today, but I'm using a different orientation to stream, so I want to make sure y'all can see it the right way. But I'm going to go ahead and get started as you all are coming in, only because I'm super excited when I make kombucha. I think I mastered this about 10 to 15 years ago. So I've been making it that long. But I wanted to share with y'all some some benefits about it and just some different things that I do and why I make the kombucha. So if you all can see like the correct way and you're not looking to the side, just let me know in the comments so that I can keep going because I'll just let this video stay up once it's done. So let me share with y'all. I've probably been making kombucha for probably about 11 or 12 years now. And sometimes I'll take a break from it, maybe like some months, which I just did, but I recently got started back up. And I noticed with the kombucha that when I first started making it, I was in Savannah and I would have to go to the Whole Foods just to get like the original kombucha because I would need that for a starter liquid. And I've noticed that now they don't even sell the original, not in any of the stores that I've seen. So the good thing is now when you get the SCOBY, and I got my SCOBY off of Amazon. It's like an organic SCOBY. If you all want me to do like more in detail, I can do just kind of like a longer video. But normally it comes now with the starter liquid. But after I continue to make it, every time I'll put some starter liquid to like the side before I do my second fermentation. So to me, this is what the first fermentation is. And as you continue to make it, they're going to continue to make like these scobies. If y'all can see this circle one, you may not can see, but it's a circle one. That's like the mother SCOBY, but they'll continue to make other SCOBYs. And so I've given some away. Some I've just had to like get rid of because it gets to where like it could take all of this up. But the reason why I wanted to share this with y'all today is because oftentimes, like today, what I'll do is I'll use some of my herbs from my garden or something that I've grown, and I'll do what's called the second fermentation. So this right here is the first fermentation, and it could take about 7 to 14 days. But during the winter months, I have like a kombucha blanket because if the temperature is too low, and I have this thermometer right here. So if the temperature is too low, it probably pretty much it'll be real slow to ferment, and then if it's too high, that can just kind of I got to be careful of my words on here. Get rid of the SCOBY. It won't work. Or unalive the SCOBY, if y'all know what I mean. So I always have my thermometer here, but during the winter months, even though we have the thermometer or the thermostat in the house set on 71, sometimes it can still get a little bit colder. And I actually have this in our dining room on like a kitchen island. I really want to take it to the basement so it's out of sight, but I know it'll probably be out of mind for me, and I'll forget about it. When I look in the dining room, that's like my reminder. And then I always have a sticky note by this to let me know when I started like the next batch. So today I'll put 12:20 when I get ready to start the next batch. And then I do mine for about maybe 7 to 10 days. Now, when I get started with the very first one, sometimes it could be one day. But again, I want to show y'all my second fermentation that I'm going to do today. And then if you also want something a little bit more in depth, we can put that together for you. But I also want to share with you how simple it is to make your own kombucha, because just like everything, y'all, a lot of things are rising in prices. And I'll show you one that like I'm able to like ferment these, and when I ferment them, I'll put them in the refrigerator. I have like the bigger bottles, and then I have the smaller bottles as well. And what I'll do is I will first thing in the morning, because it's a good like prebiotic. It's good for gut health, for gut flora. So in the morning times, before I do anything, I'll just get up and probably drink about 4 ounces of kombucha to just get my day started. But I've been looking at the prices of a lot of things in the stores, and I'm like, this is so simple. If people are interested, it's really simple to make with some really simple ingredients. So again, I use some of my garden herbs that we grew this season, herbs and flowers, because this particular blend right here, I just did the tea first. This one is hibiscus and holy basil. Sometimes I'll take fresh ginger and do my second fermentation. And when I say first and second fermentation, y'all, I always just do a regular. This would be the first. I don't put anything in there. It's when I get ready, and I'm going to pan the camera around, when I get ready to bottle them up, like we're going to do right here, that's when I'll do the second fermentation. And that's when you'll get like the fizz as well, because the pressure is building, because I'm going to before I put it in the refrigerator, I let it sit out on that same kitchen island. The second fermentation, I let it sit out for about 3 days just to get that carbonation, and then I'll check it. And once I do that, I will put it in the refrigerator, because if I leave it out, it's still going to ferment with the second fermentation, and you really have to watch it, because we're going to stop it up, and then that's going to build the carbonation. See, on this one right here, I just have like a tea cloth on here so it can get air, it could breathe, but like the fruit flies, because we have a lot of fruit in the house, and the different bugs don't get in it. So that's why I have the tea cloth on that one. But when I ferment it, this is like the carbonation building up. So I don't put, when I get ready to do my second fermentation, I don't put like, sometimes I'll use juice. Sometimes I'll just cut up some ginger and take it in there. But when I put pieces of things in the second fermentation, I'll always strain it out before I put it in the refrigerator. So I'm going to try to very carefully pull this up, y'all, so that you could kind of see what I'm doing. I always have so many projects going on. I was making goat milk soap the other day. I'm like, why are you always doing something? But that's just what I like to do here at the house, y'all. I have so much fun here at my own house just doing stuff. But let's see if I can raise y'all up just a little bit more, because I want you to see what I'm about to do, and then I'll give you the ingredients. Okay, so I think y'all can see, I think you can see the funnel. I'm gonna have to get another tripod too, because this one I can tell is going down. So let me be real quick. I can see it going down slowly. So the first thing I'm gonna do, again, this is I made herbal tea, but I let it cool completely, because when you get ready to, you don't want to unalive like the fermentation, the SCOBY, anything like that. So I let it cool off completely. And so what I'm going to do now is just, I put about, I would say about a fourth, maybe, of my own liquid in here. And this is hibiscus. Yeah, we'll do it like that. That's good. Can y'all see that? This is hibiscus, and this is holy basil. And this is from our herb garden. And so we're going to do 2 of those. Now, let me tell y'all something, because I know how I am when it comes to things. I was supposed to make 3, but I think I'm going to make 2 of the flavored ones. Whenever I'm getting ready to make my batch, which I am today, a new batch, the first thing I always do before I even pour the liquid in here is I take out 2 cups of the liquid of the first fermentation right here. So I'm going to set that aside, because once I fill up my bottles and get ready to pour everything in there, I don't want to forget those 2 cups. and I think of it like apple cider vinegar. So when you're getting, you know how if you make apple cider vinegar and you're getting ready to make some, how they always say like some liquid from the mother of it. So I always take out 2 cups to put back into the new fermentation that I'm going to do. So this is my 2 cup one, y'all, and I just put a little saucer on this. So we got 2 cups, and then I just set this to the side completely. I just put it right over to the side. I have these small little saucers. So I just get this out of the way. So just in case I'm like in a zone or in my flow and doing things, I will always have those 2 cups to once I get done making that, I'll have them to pour back into this container. And really quick, before I continue, well, let's pour this up first. So we're going to pour this up. And again, I'm going to let these 2 bottles sit at room temperature for about 3 days. I normally do about 3 days because that is going to make it carbonate, and it'll still be fermenting. And you got to, it depends on what, you got to have some muscles. So it depends on what you can handle, because sometimes this can get heavy, and I do weigh some, and I did have a bigger funnel for this where I could put more liquid in, but I just want to share with you before I keep going just some tips on how much I feel it and why I do that, and why when I wash my glass here I use vinegar. So one day I'm going to find my funnel. It used to be when the kids were here, I would blame them because they would go taking stuff, but I don't know where my bigger one is, but I always tell y'all, you got to work with what you got. You can't worry about it. It'll still work. Okay, so we're almost done. And again, if you're just joining us, this is the second fermentation that we're doing. We already did the first one. And I fill it up to where like the neck is. So we're going to say about right here, a little bit more. Like the top of the neck of the bottle, if that makes sense. Yeah, that's good. And this is because of the carbonation that it's going to build up. And so when you release it, see, you can already see it's kind of carbonating now, so that when you release it, it has enough room and space because they can explode. I don't burp my bottles every day, meaning I don't come in, and I probably should, but I just do 3 days because this is going to create like a seal. I don't burp my bottles every day. But yeah, I probably should do it, but it's okay. It's okay. When you're starting off, burp your bottles because that's going to release some of the pressure. And when I say burp the bottles, that's because I'm like taking this, and you'll hear a fizz. It lets that air out because this is going to cause that good carbonation that you see. And y'all, it's so easy to, like, it really is easy to make your own. And so I think about this bottle right here versus the bottle at the store. I wanted to just kind of do it like this to just get all the flavors to infuse. And again, it's still going to ferment at room temperature. And then like on the 3rd day, I will burp it and pour a little bit and taste it. And then I'll put it in the refrigerator because it's, with the temperature of the refrigerator, it's pretty much going to be very, very slow to ferment. Now, let me just tell you some quick things that you need to get started even making your own kombucha, y'all. It's simple things. So I always use spring water, and I start off with like just a gallon of this spring water right here. But when I'm brewing it, I only use 4 cups. You're going to use the whole gallon, but so it doesn't take forever to cool off, because you definitely do not want to add this SCOBY while it's still hot. It's going to mess it up. It's not going to work. You have to wait till it cools off. So I'll do 4 cups of water first, and then I will take just some organic, this is English breakfast tea. It used to be another brand that I really like, but they don't have it available anymore. But just a black tea, and this is the one that I use for now. 2 tablespoons of that, and then a cup of the like the organic raw sugar. And I like to try to be as organic as possible when I'm making this. But those are all the ingredients that you need. Now, when you're getting started, you will need your SCOBY that they will send in the mail. Again, I ordered mine through Amazon, through this one company. I can tell you that the package it's like a black package on there. And every time I stop and maybe start again, then that's who I get it from. Now, it does come with some starter liquid. I think it comes with about 12 or 14 ounce, and that's good to get you started. But as I continue to make more and more kombucha, just like I just showed you, I'll start taking at least 2 cups of my own kombucha out. And then once we fill up all of our bottles, all we're going to have left is the SCOBY. And then I put that off to the side, brew everything, and I just start the process over and over again. But oftentimes people think like it's really hard to do, but it's like simple ingredients. Now, the only thing I can tell you is you do have to have the temperatures right for it to ferment. And the temperatures are probably between like 72, I think they say 72 and 78. But as you can see, again, only during the winter months, I put my little kombucha blanket around it. It goes around and it keeps it at about 75 degrees, which has worked here and even in Savannah. It has worked out fine. During the summer months, I don't use it. I don't use it at all because it's like the temperatures are just fine. But I make this, y'all, and it's just it just has so many great benefits to it. Like I said, it's like a prebiotic. It's like gut flora. You know, y'all, I always say you made it yourself. You know what you did to it. You know what was in there. And you're not limited to the different flavors and the different combinations that you can experiment with. Now, the kombucha that's in the store, because I'm starting to see more and more brands come out with different ones, and they actually have like it's some really cool flavors that you can play with. But here it's like you could do whatever you want to. So just like I just shared with you all, I just used some holy basil and some roselle or hibiscus, and I brewed it into a tea. And then I just waited till it cooled off. And then I took it, and this is going to be like um, a roselle hibiscus kombucha flavor. Sometimes if I have like some excess fruit here, like say for instance, we got a lot of mandarins or we got a lot of apples or something like that, I will take it, I will juice it, and then I will add that into my second fermentation. If you want to do lemons, whatever you want to do, like think up grapes, it's all up to you. And then you can sometimes when you do your own, you could go to the store and look at some of their flavor combinations, what they're putting in there. I've seen like blueberries, blueberry, lemon, ginger, all types of things that you could do with it. But to me, it just sometimes I'll get in a kombucha kick where I'll just drink a lot of kombucha for maybe like a couple of weeks or something like that. And so I think about with the prices now, and if I'm drinking about 4 to 8 ounces or 4 to 6 ounces a day, how I would constantly have to keep going back to the store. So I decided probably about 12 years ago, I think it's been about 12 years, probably about 12 years ago, to just start making my own. And I've been doing it ever since. And it's just been really, really wonderful. So again, y'all put in the comments, because I can't see the comments because I'm doing this live, let's see, horizontal, so it won't let me see the comments if anybody has made the comments. Or even if you're watching the replay, Put in the comments if you want me to go a little bit more in depth about how I first take my 4 cups and then I will put them on the stove. And oh, one more thing too, really quick. Let me just share this with you. But yeah, how I put it on the stove, how I brew it, the whole process. Like if you're beginner, we can go through that. Although I already have my SCOBY, but I can share with you where the SCOBY that I like, where you can get it from, how you can get started, and how easy it is to make. Now, one thing before I get ready to leave is when I'm washing out my utensils, because again, this builds good gut bacteria and all of those scientific things are happening. When I'm washing out this right here, I always wash it. I have like a separate washcloth for this, or wash rag or dish rag. It's not my normal one that I use in the kitchen when I'm washing. This is like my kombucha cleaning thing. But when I'm washing out this, after I've emptied everything out, I always wash it out, not with dish soap, but I wash it out with my vinegar. Let me show y'all real quick. I call myself getting organized. But every time I wash this out, because I don't want it to get contaminated, so to say, dish detergent residue, all of that, I will use vinegar. I put a little bit of vinegar in the bottom, hot water, wash it out really good, and then I'll start over again. I don't use the dishwashing liquid when I do that. And I think that is a key point, because a lot of people, I would tell, it was like sometimes it wasn't doing right when they got ready to start making kombucha again. And so I told them to do the vinegar way. And I've been doing vinegar since I actually started. I read somewhere that when you're washing up your things dealing with kombucha, just kind of have something separate, because of the different bacterias that are in here, and you don't want, to compromise that or things like that. So I wanted to share that with y'all. Again, if you are interested, I'll go through my comments once this is cooling down, because it takes, once I get done brewing the tea, pouring everything back into the clean dish, it's going to take about, I normally give it about 3 hours to cool down completely. And I always look at this little thermometer here on the side when I pour it versus as it's cooling down, because I'm going to take this SCOBY all the way out and I put it in a separate container that I always wash with vinegar. But before I put it back in the new brew that I'm doing today, I always make sure the temperatures are within the range, because if it's too hot, that is going to unalive this SCOBY right here. And you don't want that, because then you're going to have to order another one. And as these continues to make those new layers, this is where you can start giving them away to family and friends. Like, they get thick, y'all. I remember maybe some months ago or some years ago, I did a picture. Like, it is going to continue to create new SCOBYs. It's going to get thick. And a lot of times I don't like it that thick. And when it starts to get really thick like that, it brews really quick, or it ferments really quick. So you may not need those 14 days anymore. It might ferment in like 7 days, like that. So that's when I start like seeing if anybody else is interested in making their own, and I can give them some of this SCOBY that keeps getting created right here, because this is nothing. This just started right here, and so they're making little thin layers. But once I continue to make ferment new batches of it, it is going to get thick, like 2, 3, 4 inches thick. And so you just peel that. If you got somebody that's interested, you peel a piece of that off. Give them about 2 cups of your starter fluid, and then they can just keep it going as well. And that way they don't have to get SCOBY. So y'all let me know in the comments, like, if you're interested in making kombucha. It really is. I really like it. And I'll do a in the morning time. I'll alternate. So maybe 1 month or for a couple of months, I'll do my ginger and turmeric and lemon shots to jumpstart my digestive system in the morning. But here lately, I've been on a kombucha thing for the wintertime. So I am excited about my Roselle hibiscus blend. And maybe next time I'll put ginger in there too. But like I say, when you make your own, I mean, the possibilities are endless. You could use whatever you got and you can put it in there. So I hope this was helpful. I'll read the comments, y'all, when things are cooling off, because again, if you put something in the comment, I apologize. Normally I will go live and it'll be vertical and I could see the comments, but when you go horizontal, and I wanted to go that way so y'all could be able to see everything a little bit better, it cuts off my comments, so I cannot see a thing. Oh, maybe I could press this button right here. Is that what it is? Maybe I can. Okay. No, this is like viewing. Okay. So I hope y'all have a great weekend. We're going to have some more gardening videos coming out as well. It's supposed to be a nice day today. You wouldn't think last week we were about to get down to 22, which we did, but I want to show y'all also some of the things that I knew that it was not going to be able to take that 22-degree weather, but we're also starting a lot of herb seeds. I just put up a video, y'all, about lemon balm. So if you haven't watched that, go watch that one, because we're going to be growing a lot of it this season, but it's a new variety that I'm trialing. I'm excited about, and I absolutely love lemon balm. So we're going to amp up a lot of our herbs this season. But we're also starting a lot of the herbs from seed, and we're doing that now. And I'll keep y'all posted, because one of the herbs germinated so well. I think we're going to offer that in our spring grow kit, but something is telling me to go ahead and start offering it now, so that if you do have like a grow light or a space that gets strong light, you can jumpstart some things inside so that it will be ready when the spring comes. But this herb, it's a perennial, so I'm starting a lot of our perennial herbs. But I'll keep y'all posted. I hope y'all have an amazing weekend, and we're going to talk again soon. Bye, y'all.